is going to play Rashid. So,
yeah. I hope that it's, you know, better than the 5 Rashid. I was such a hater of his Rashid in 5. It's not even fair to.
All right, so we should be heading into our first game here. Moons versus NuckleDu, DJ versus Guile.
Yeah, so the fact that, you know, you have Heavy Punch Slasher gives you an opportunity to win out in the Fireball game without needing to commit any drive gauge, so that's not bad. We already see, I think we watched Moons play last week, and I already see a better grasp of the character than we had seen last time. A lot more utilization of towards medium cake. I wish some of these crouching strongs were being buffered into HK Sobot or something, but yeah. I'll take the pokes.
I do think last week may not have been the best representation of Moon's gameplay. Because, I mean, we saw them in 5, Rock and Cody, and it was so much more solid than what we got last week. So this week already off to a much better start. Obviously, they're winning a round for once and just needs to finish up and close it out.
Yeah, and honestly, at this point, 45 seconds left on the clock. There's no reason for Moons to overcommit on anything. You can just get the better of this. I think every time you see an OD Sonic Boom, just parry it. Otherwise, make NuckleDu play his zoning game. And yes, follow up on your jab checks to be able to close out that first round here for Moons over NuckleDu.
And we do have to see how long Du sticks with the Guile tonight, right? Like, that said, the only reason they swapped off of it last week was because of the mirror, which doesn't seem to be a thing this week. So I think the Guile might last the whole night unless Moons just kind of wipes him up here.
I think that Cammy might be able to play this matchup okay, but I feel like there's no reason that Guile should. I think he can play this matchup just fine. I think that Moons is bringing an aggression to it. You know what it is? And I was talking about this when we watched NuckleDu play last week. I think NuckleDu's Guile is a little bit more passive than he necessarily needs to be in this game. I think he can be a little bit more of an aggressor, and we don't always see that out of NuckleDu. Defensive DI call does work out here for him, and NuckleDu is able to close out this round for themselves. Now both players going into the final round of this game 1, sitting on 3 bars. Quick reminder for all of you, we are in the top 8, so here at the Casa, that means 3 out of 5 for the rest of the evening.
Yes, and the settings have been changed in the lobby. I did see that while we were on our ad break. So no fear about prematurely going back to the lobby. But right now, Du, not great in the drive department, but slowly building it back up.
Yeah, and this is that spot again. That level 1. Oh, he's just outside of it. That's decent for Moons here, forcing NuckleDu to spend that bar in a way that he doesn't want to. Now Moons has slowly worked NuckleDu back to the corner. What? Oh, no punish there because he overcommitted to the throw. Real shame.
Definitely having a little bit of spaghetti here. Du, though, having the life lead and already back at half a bar gains. So, I mean, there's a real world where that whiff to level 1 doesn't actually matter here. But we also could end up in a burnout scenario and just rock the V-trigger super.
Right, no anti-airs there. Moons has not really had the down charge that he needs. The level 2 through the fireball! It is going to work! Moons got the rhythm? Yes, he does! Okay, OD flash kick from NuckleDu, but we do find the anti-air to the mix-up. Oh, NuckleDu gets out of the corner. 28 seconds left on the clock. Slide connects as an anti-air, but Moons misses his meaties, and NuckleDu gets away with wake-up jabs to close out game 1.
I definitely understand Moons' want to go aggressive there, and that's so tough. It's the slowest boom you've ever seen, and Moons is just trying to not waste drive gauge by holding parry.
Right. It's a real shame. He actually committed like an extra bar and a half more than he would have otherwise had.
These things happen.
Oh, no whiff punish. Moon seems a little bit asleep at the wheel. There's a couple of DIs that aren't getting checked. That was a whiff on Guile's sweep that went completely unpunished. There's even a few punish counters that are landing in spots where I am so sure that DJ should be able to get something out of it.
Oh, really smart DI coming in there from Du to get through the fireball potential. Now that you got back against the wall, even in burnout, Guile's totally safe. The upward level 1.
Yeah, Guile fights in burnout really well, especially if he's not already on the back foot. Like, offensively, Guile does not care. He can still be the wall of limbs and projectiles that he always was. Round on the board there for NuckleDu off of that OD boom. And now, this time, choosing to be the aggressor, maybe listening to the stream in his other ear.
Yeah, I mean, all that fast-paced momentum that Moons had built up in that first round that looked incredibly strong hasn't quite been able to come back yet because of the adaptations from Du.
Right. Medium kick anti-air out of NuckleDu. Okay. Oh, the fast one this time. Okay. Yeah, I think if I'm Moons, I would really love to try to force NuckleDu to burn himself out, but I mean, that's off the table now that NuckleDu is where he is. And now, okay, the fact that NuckleDu is now spacing out the towards medium kicks and punishing Moons for trying to steal extra turns, that's very telling. 2 games up now for NuckleDu, and he seems like he's just getting more and more comfortable with the way that Moons is approaching the ground game.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much taken to the skies from Moon yet either. You know, not so much trying to, you know, do the fake knee stuff with DJ that can be quite tricky to deal with, but Du just hasn't had to deal with it because everything's so straightforward from Moons. We got the back throw, and he's just gonna walk up and try and push buttons at you.
Yeah, I think one of the fears is, like, yeah, he's got all that tricky stuff, but a lot of it loses to reversal anti-air if NuckleDu is ready to check it out, and I think Moons just seems like he's been hesitant to test him.
I can definitely understand the fear, right? Capcom Cup champion, had an entire Guile skin costume made for him. But he might be aware that Du's ready for the anti-air.
Sure, but I think you need to be willing to check, right?
Sure.
If you never check them on it, it's not going to matter, and that stuff is just not going to be in the mental stack. And I think what's happening is if you introduced another element to your game that NuckleDu had to be engaging with, maybe the rest of the elements of your game that are starting to not go your way would work out a little bit better. Nice punish counter pickup out of Moons.
Still has a little bit to go. Great back there is going to open up a lot of screen real estate for Du. Immediately gets back on the offense with a punish counter. Going to cash out, and because it's Guile, oh, only level 1?
Yeah, didn't want to spend the level 3 on the off chance that it didn't kill. Making an economic choice. It works out to his benefit as NuckleDu is now on set point.
Good parry, but punish. No punish counter, interesting enough.
All right. Oh, man, wanted to walk back after the fireball. NuckleDu ready to check with that low forward. Nice tech out of Moons, but you can just see, okay. Gets the jab, but no pickup after. That was a counter hit, not a punish counter, so. All right, we're playing some fireball game, but NuckleDu seems so aware of the cadence here. Parrying at the right spot. The difficulties that Du had in the fireball game in game 1, now largely off the table. Seems very comfortable just contending with it now. And Moons is having a hard time dealing with the fact that he can't just use his fireball game to cover his forward momentum anymore.
Yeah, Du's been doing a really good job at varying the speeds of their sonic booms, and I love that. They stopped just in time, expecting the reversal this time from Moons. Gonna be able to full punish it, closing out the round, taking the game. That's gonna be a 3-0 from NuckleDu.
So the American reset is when you drop your combo and you turn it into a mix-up. I feel like that was the opposite of the American reset, where you're blowing them up for mashing reversal through your combo in hopes. I don't know what we should define the opposite of an American reset as.
Isn't that just a frame trap?
I mean, yeah.
Like, you're trying to get all fancy with it. I'm like, but we already have a name for that.
But a frame trap is so specifically on block. He had a combo and he said, wait, hold, let him kill himself.
Let him host himself by his pantaloons. But next up, as you